Joshcast. Joshcast. The podcast with heart. Joshcast. He's got IBS. Joshcast. He's also got a bladder condition that may be related to the IBS and hopefully isn't life-threatening. Joshcast. Pleasure to be here today. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to let you know we are supported by the National Federation of Depression. These are not people who are trying to cure depression. This organization is trying to proliferate depression. 4 out of the 5 founders of the organization are Jewish. And the other one wishes he were. And we just like to, the foundation just goes around and, knocks on people's doors and just, checks in on how they're doing and then just says gently, there's not going to be an ozone layer in 10 years. And the government is sliding more and more towards a totalitarian regime. Yes, National Federation of Depression, if you'd like to make a donation to it, you can find them online at www.whatsthepoint.com. So, how am I doing today? I'm going into work, which is odd. A lot of people have the day off because it's the day after the 4th of July, more commonly known as the 5th of July. But I'm mixed feelings about it. It'd be nice to have the day off, but on the other hand, I get really depressed on days off, thanks to the Federation of Depression, thanks to their teachings. But I get a day off for me is just a day for me to sort of take stock of everything that's wrong in life and the world. I don't have the distraction of spreadsheets. I never thought that would be a thing. Spreadsheets a distraction. I'm checking on your spreadsheets here, and I think moving forward we're going to get Jenkins to take the spreadsheets. No, man, no. I got it. Spreadsheets are mine. Well, really, we have other things that we think you should be doing. No. I need those spreadsheets. You don't understand. I need the cold, hard feel of a spreadsheet under my thumbs. You don't have to print them out. It's all digital now. No. I get it. I'm being metaphorical here. I need this spreadsheet so that I don't go insane. The spreadsheet is the only thing keeping me sane right now. Please, let me keep the spreadsheets. I can handle the spreadsheets. I can handle it. No one was saying you couldn't handle it. No, that's what you're thinking. I'm walking around, I'm disheveled, I'm bursting into spontaneous tears. I'd understand why you'd want to give the spreadsheets to Jenkins. Jenkins seems a lot more level-headed, but he's not. It's a lie. It's a false facade. I'm at least expressing my emotions. I'm getting them out. That's what we were taught as theater majors. And people make fun of theater majors. They say, "Oh, the degree's worthless." No, it's not. I'm emotionally in great health. All right, we'll let you keep the spreadsheets. That's fine. That's totally cool. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the spreadsheets. Spreadsheet situation. Driving behind a Nissan Altima. It's a good name. I like it. It's almost close to ultimate. I think that's why they named it, but it's a fake name. Ultima. I like that. This might be treading close on a Seinfeld bit, about car names, where he goes off on the car names. But that said, I would like to announce the newest model, the newest Nissan model. This is the Nissan Casualsexar. I'm sorry, Jenkins, what did you say that was? It's the Nissan Casualsexar. It sounds a lot like you're saying casual sex. No. Casualsexar. All right. Okay. Well, for the sake of argument, tell us about this vehicle. Well, it's really, first of all, it's very sexy, or as I like to say, sexary. And it's got no back seat. It's just got a plastic sheet that we lay down, and enough room to do what you need to do. To do what you need to do. That's right. And it's easily cleanable. What? Yeah. The Casualsexar. Did you basically design a car that makes it easier for you to have casual sex? Not at all. Not at all. That is not the point. There's a lot you can do with that empty back seat. Groceries, you can put your groceries there. If you're taking your kid to hockey practice, you can put all the hockey equipment in there. I mean, you can't really take the kid or anyone else because there's really just the driver's seat and then a large space designed for two people to lie down. And it's called the Casualsexar. Yep. It comes in two colors, red and baby. I don't think baby is a color. It's a shade of red. Ask the Pantone Corporation. They just came out with that this year. Right. Jenkins, I think we're going to give the spreadsheets back to someone else. Well, that was scandalous, wasn't it? That was a slightly scandalous sketch, wasn't it? Quite scandalous. Quite scandalous. What other news going on in the world of scandals? The scandals are us. Lots of scandals. I have it on good authority that the Prince Regent of Ultima is having an affair with the Princess of Casualsexar. All right, this is getting too silly. I gotta rein in this silliness here. This podcast has to be about substance. There needs to be substance in this podcast. I repeat myself a lot. A lot of times I repeat myself. But I don't know. I hate to be a broken record about this, but I'm still not happy with what's going on with these camps on the border, where they're, I guess, catching illegal immigrants and separating the children from the rest of the family, and they're in cramped living conditions. So yesterday, a friend of mine and I actually protested in Burbank next to a Sizzler. I'm sorry, a Sizzler that was closed. A boarded-up Sizzler. That's where we made a stand for democracy. And I don't know. We got some people to honk at us. Does it make a difference? I hope it does on some small level. I noticed that I always look at the stats for this podcast, and according to this podcast, there are one or two listeners in other countries. And here's what I don't know. I don't know if they're actually in other countries, or if maybe they moved here, but somehow, if their phone is still set up for a foreign phone number or something. But I'm going to take a leap of faith here and say these are people from other countries. And I just want to say to the people from these other countries, I am really sorry for what my country is doing. And I find it shameful and embarrassing. We've gone beyond embarrassing. I find it tragic. And I really wish, I thought we were better than this. And I think deep down we are better than this. And maybe this is what I have to do to avoid falling into too much depression. So I'm going against the Depression Federation's guidelines on this when I say this. But I have to believe, I'm basically paraphrasing Anne Frank here, I have to believe that deep down people are good enough, people are good, and that we're going to get out of this. I just wish we would stop getting ourselves into it. How many times must we learn the same lessons over and over again before we improve as a species and reach that point where we all work together as one and we advance to the next stage of existence in which we become an energy-based life form exploring the universe? Can I help you? Yes, we are the human race. We are a giant ball of energy. At one point, we were a bunch of disparate people, but we came together as a human race. And through the power of love, we became this giant ball of energy. Oh, well, welcome to Casualsexar. We're not quite there yet. We still have our problems, wars, greed, what have you, but we're relatively happy to see you. It would have been nice if you had called ahead. That is all right. We are happy to be here. By the way, we have a collective request. Could you possibly turn down the air conditioning? Well, we like it a bit colder, but that, yes, you're a guest. We'll turn down the air conditioning. Anything else? Yes, we are collectively lactose intolerant. You're a being of energy. How can you be lactose intolerant? We don't understand it. We just find that we struggle with milk products. Frankly, we're not entirely sure what happened, but even though we have absorbed all of our race, we're leaning a little Jewish. I see. By the way, when you say, we don't know what that is, we've never met you before, you're going to have to tell us what Judaism, yes. Well, at one point, some of our race, a small percentage, believed in the teachings of the Talmud. Okay, can you bottom line it for me? If you had to sum up Judaism in one sentence, what would it be? Well, frankly, it would be, hey, can you turn down the air conditioning? Yeah, got it. All right, well, we'd turn down the air conditioning. What else? Can I get you something else? Yes, we'd like an iced tea. Okay. An iced tea. Anything else? We're debating between the quesadilla and just a regular chicken sandwich. Do you have a preference? I don't know. Go with the chicken sandwich. We will have an iced tea and a chicken sandwich. Thank you. Humanity thanks you. And humanity says from the bottom of humanity's heart, Shalom. Upholstery. Driving by a place that's auto upholstery, which reminds me of when I grew up, when I was in high school, I worked on Saturdays for my grandparents. They had a drapery and upholstery shop, which is what Jewish grandparents should have. That sounds about right. The Mill End Drapery Shop. That's what it was called. Presumably, and it was the store had been around for a long time, and I think my grandparents inherited it from other business partners. And what I remember is that there was always a sale. The sale sign never came down. That's the one thing I always remember about that place. Always on sale. It was right next to a McDonald's. which was perfect. Could give myself indigestion. And I was responsible for helping to roll up bolts. I did very, 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 very light accounting. Checked to make sure all the invoices were paid. I did the books in a ledger. There was no computers. All done by hand. And people would come in and buy fabric for their drapes. And it was, I think there would be no way that you could turn this into a successful HBO series. A drapery, just inherently. It would be comedy or drama. I'm not sure that there's enough conflict. Well, that's not true. That's not true. The conflict occurred when people were trying to decide what fabric they should buy. Sometimes that got there was a big decision to make. Because, this is going to be something that's in our home, that's hanging there. It was sometimes it could get quite dramatic. Or choosing a carpet. That a lot of time and energy and worrying goes into what kind of carpet should we choose. Whenever my parents had to deal with that, that was always a big production. A huge dynamic production. Perhaps even Shakespearean. In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. Fear not, Daedalus. Your sadness is about to surcease. For in front of us, we have but 19 choices of carpet to choose from. And I ask you now to let thy conscience and thy heart speak through thy eyes. And help us to choose a fabric that will look good in our castle. My heart is rendered in twain. Why, Daedalus? What's wrong? Do you not like the mother of pearl carpet? Leontes, you must think with every soul of your being. Mother of pearl carpet would be a blight upon us. Think of all the death and murder that takes place in our castle. Think of the bloodstains, Leontes. Alas, think of the bloodstains. Daedalus, thy brilliance once again, like the scarlet flower that blossoms in the hint of spring, shines down upon me when you tell me it should not be mother of pearl. Might I suggest, then, red carpet? Yes, Leontes, now your soul speaks with the wisdom of 1,000 men who are wise. Blood carpet, blood red carpet. Think of the kings we could kill with this carpet and still be able to entertain people at the end of the evening. Think of it, Leontes. Think. I do see it, and it is a glorious and beautiful thing to behold. Shall the carpet match the drapes? Oh, that's the end of the podcast. Brought to you by the Casualsexar and the Depression Federation.